the curse of Meghan Markle, the former royal, otherwise simply known now as, of course, Meghan. Activist, political person, and of course, groundbreaking woman. Or is she? Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thank you so much for joining me today. This really, is a light-hearted story, but let me tell you, if you recall a few years back when Meghan first joined the British monarchy, Her Majesty the Queen was gracious enough to bestow on her the patronage, of course, for the National Theatre. Now, I don't know if you know about the National Theatre, but it's on the South Bank. It's one of those what I consider ugly buildings, As Prince Charles often says, it's a blot on the landscape. And it's true, because we have all these historical, wonderful buildings. Then you have these glass towers and these ugly concrete affairs, which, of course, is the National Theatre. Now, Her Majesty the Queen had been the patronage for many, many years, and of course had been incredibly supportive. Visits from her, or just simply a message of congratulations, did a lot for the brand. But of course, in recent years, the National Theatre has become heavily subsidised. And I'm not really a fan of this subsidised theatre, let me tell you, because when you think about it, it's as simple as this. If you look at theatres that are thriving, they're simply putting on what people want. People might not like the tribute shows, Motown, Elvis, Billy Fury, Marty Wilde, all of those greats, but the simple fact is people do want to go along to the theatre, sing along and enjoy the moment. Now, the National Theatre receives millions each year in subsidiaries, and of course, Meghan Markle's attachment to that was supposedly to ease that problem. After all, being a former actress herself, that was going to be the thing that really connected her. We saw her visit, I think, a total of 2 times, and as I pointed out here on the show, even during the pandemic, seemingly, even at a request to the artistic director, don't you love that term, manager? Money spender is what I call them. Even the artistic director couldn't really confirm when he'd last heard from Meghan. Now it appears that they require more money for more productions. Now, of course, they have, thankfully, the patronage of Prince Edward, which I think is far more suitable because, as we know, Prince Edward was a buzzing thespian himself, and he did have an attempt, should I say, at that TV programme It's a Knockout. I thought he meant well, truly. I could see the idea behind that. He was just decades too early. Reality TV hadn't been invented, and he wanted to connect with the British public more. But what does appear to be the problem is this. The National Theatre, as I say, requires a lot of money to keep going. Now, they've had lots of stars appearing there. Dame Judi Dench, Dame Eileen Atkins, all of these people, incredibly wealthy people. You would have thought, of course, given their stellar careers, allegedly after appearing on the National Theatre, they could have snapped open their purses and perhaps bailed it out, or indeed found ways to support it. So far, all we've seen is some kind of raffle, and you can bid for this and do that. That's what I love about actors. They never snap open their own purse. It's always about, you do something while I make a video. But moving forward, was Meghan Markle's tenure very helpful to the National Theatre? Well, according to a good source, seemingly not. After those very public visits, they never really heard from her again. And that, of course, was because she decided to exit via Canada and back into the United States. But what a shame for Meghan that she truly couldn't have kept at least one connection with one thing that she truly, allegedly, did enjoy. As for the National, well, look out for their begging bowl rather soon. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.